Hello to everyone. This is Larry Tentarelli with the Blue Chip Daily Trend Report with a brief educational video. Today we're going to take a look at an open position that I've got in Square stock. So we dialed back a piece of the trade yesterday at plus 20%. So what I'm going to do is walk you through the entry chart, what the signal was, where the chart is now, and what I saw when we started the position. So we'll touch base on the disclaimer that says everything in the video is for informational purposes only, and then we'll go right into the chart. So the first thing, so Square, I made this the chart of the day for our subscribers on May 7th in the morning. So what I do every day is I post on the premium Twitter feed my best technical idea for the day. So we can see it was Square, and then the rationale was it recently claimed the 200-day moving average, trading in an uptrend of higher highs and higher lows over the rising 20-day, and then $60 was a key level. So if we take a look at the stock, I posted this on the morning of the 7th. So we had the closing chart from the day before. And if we just take a look at what the chart looked like then, Square was in a steady uptrend. It had just reclaimed the 200-day moving average, which is a key signal for me, but it was making higher highs, higher lows, a nice steady uptrend, rising 20-day moving average. The 20 had just crossed the 50-day. So for me as a position trader and a trend follower, these are all bullish technical signals for me. So that was the chart, the day that we made it the best ideas list. And then what happened was I opened a position shortly after the open. So that day I had quite a few names that were on the best ideas list. We had Square, that was at the top of the list, and that was the chart of the day. I also had CrowdStrike, I had Paycom. Those names have all done well, including Square. So I opened Square. That was May 7th. And then if we take a look yesterday, so June 2nd, I dialed back a piece of the position when it hit plus 20%. So right now it's at plus 22% as of the close yesterday. But the guideline that I set up for the newsletter to keep everything standardized is once we have an open position that hits plus 20%, then I dial back a piece, and then we hold the rest of it with the standard guidelines. So if we take a look at the chart, so this bar is the entry. So that was May 7th, right after the open. So as I said, there were 3 or 4 names that were on my screen: CrowdStrike, Paycom, Square. There were a few others. So Square started to break out. So I took the position, and then what I did was I set the stop just over $60. So I use volatility-based position sizing, and because I've got an intermediate to longer-term time frame, I don't run tighter stops. Now, if this was a shorter-term trade or a swing trade, then I would have a much closer stop than the 15%. But because it's designed to be an intermediate to longer-term trend following trade, what I do is I measure volatility, and then I set the stop based on that. So what the stop does is it gives the position room to work. The markets have been much higher than normal volatility recently, so I want to give my positions room to work and not get shaken out. So long story short, stock started to work, traded sideways a little bit. At one point it was downgraded. I think it may have been here. One of the investment firms came out and downgraded the stock, and it was down about 3 or 4% for the day. But I don't pay attention to that. So as you know from listening to me online, I don't pay attention to the news or Wall Street research or anything like that. What I do is I dial in on the charts, price action, and my process. So the trade started to work, and then it broke out a little bit more, consolidated again, almost tested the 20-day moving average. But then yesterday, and this was in about a 3-week, almost a month time period, it hit plus 20%. So at plus 20%, I just dial back a piece of the trade. We book some gains, and then I'm holding the rest of the position. And because I've got that longer term time frame, I'm content to hold this and see just how far it can go. It did break out to a new 52-week high. So this is still a very bullish chart technically, especially holding that rising 20-day moving average, which in the strongest uptrends, the 20-day moving average will guide the trend. Also, the 50 days turned up. So right now, all 4 moving averages are turning or have turned higher. The 50-day looks like it's ready to cross the 200-day, which if that happens, that's another bullish technical signal. So I'm still long the stock and ready to see just how far this can go. But if we take a look, the entry signal was fairly simple. I used the close over the 200-day, and then we had a slight breakout there. I set the stop with enough room to let the position work, then at plus 20%. And all of this is pre-planned. So I don't want to open up the computer every day and try to figure out how do I want to manage my trades. So at plus 20%, we just dial back a piece. It helps to remove the emotions from the process. I'm still holding most of it, looking for higher prices, but that is the trade. I'm still in it. We'll see how far it can go. And then my website is Blue Chip Daily Trend Report. The Blue Chip Daily is the URL address. If you go on to recent best trade alerts, you'll be able to click on and see we've had some other strong ideas recently. You'll be able to see those screenshots and what the charts look like before. And if you go onto the Join Now tab, it will walk you through all of the member benefits, including the premium Twitter feed, real-time email notification of any new positions that we take. We've got a 24/7 member access performance tracking spreadsheet where we track every single idea, win, lose, or draw chart of the day. We keep the screenshots, so we've got full accountability. I do a daily video every day for members, and then we have a weekly trend report where I go over my top ETF ideas, my top 20 stock ideas, and a weekly video also. So we are actively accepting new members, and I hope to see you online shortly. Thank you.